Hello, I'm David Stevens, founder of Beliefchangers, an organization that's dedicated to helping people just like you discover the reality of a moment-by-moment abiding relationship with Christ so you can experience the Christian life that you've always wanted. Now, many people like to ask the question, what is God's will for my life? But I want to address God's will in a slightly different way. Instead of asking what God's will is for your life, I just want to know how come you even care to know. I mean, why do you want to know God's will for your life in the first place? Well, I think this is the answer. It's because God knows that you can't find His will without first finding Him. Now let me explain what I mean. Right now you're feeling something. You might be anxious, you might be happy, you might be sad, whatever. The fact is, you do have emotions, and those emotions allow you to feel certain ways. Now, is it possible to separate you from your emotions? I mean, could you be over here on one side, staring down your emotions on the other? Well, of course not. Emotions are inside of you. They go wherever you go. This means if we were to actually meet and then got to know one another, in a certain sense, I would also get to know your emotions as well. Yet when it comes to our relationship with God, we relate to Him in a very different way. We try to separate the characteristics of God and study them individually. I mean, we want to study and learn more about His love. We want to study so that we can understand more about His grace and His mercy. And of course, we'll go class after class trying to study and learn what is God's will for my life. But God is one, which means that if you'll just get to know Him, you'll get to know all of Him. So in essence, discovering the will of God happens as you move toward God. And not only will you understand God's will for your life, as you draw near to Him, you'll discover everything that there is about Him. You'll discover more about His love, about His grace, about His mercy. In fact, all of the characteristics of God, He'll reveal to you in time as you move toward Him. Now, all of who God is flows through the life of Jesus that lives inside of every Christian. The more that you draw near to Jesus, the more of Him He'll reveal. And the more of God that you know, the more of His will that you'll know for your life. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go take a walk somewhere where you won't run into too many distractions. Maybe it's at the park or it's in your neighborhood, wherever. I just want you to go focus on God. And as you go, I simply want you to ask Jesus to come be your thoughts and desires. I want you to tell God that you want Him. The Bible clearly says that when you make a move toward God, God will reciprocate by revealing Himself to you in a greater way. Now, don't concern yourself with trying to figure out His will. Just enjoy being with God. Then, as you conclude your walk, simply ask Him what He wants you to do. Whatever He tells you to do, go do it. That will be the will of God for you in the moment. Each day, place your attention on Jesus, ask Him to guide you, and then move in the direction that you sense He's leading. You'll discover the will of God as you move toward God. Go, and then just keep on going. I'm David Stevens for Beliefchangers, reminding you that no life lives better than the one that abides in Christ.